my name is aichanbot. I'm the only quadrilingual dueling streamer in the world, and today we are going to talk about how to improve the Yu-gi-Oh WCS experience for all dueling fans out there, including viewers, players, and Konami employees itself. Welcome, Mind Drifter. Hi. So, this is not going to be just a random rant, but an in-depth analysis of customer use case, fans and players. Usually I get really good money for those assessments and advices, but Konami, you know what? You get it for free because I'm a huge fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelings. And I want not only the game itself to improve or the platform how to play the WCS in Duel Links, like Duel Links Meta or Decade explained in his former videos on YouTube and on his stream on Twitch, but I want the brand of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links itself as experience to improve. Not only as a fan, not only as an influencer, a streamer, a duelist, but also as a former brand manager. だからさ、始めましょう. Welcome show. Hi. So, compared to the invited influencers, I had actually the full customer experience at the World Championships in Yu-Gi-Oh! In Berlin. So I was lining up with the normal people, I was closed out in the lobby with the normal people, so I can tell you something about what went wrong compared to the other people who don't know about it. And I think still that WCF, the World Championships in Berlin, was the most important real-life event of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links in 2019 outside of Japan. Hi Raw, welcome. Because in Japan, I know that there are duelist carnivals, there are Japanese YCS, there are so many different events like jump festivals and victory festival whatsoever. So compared to Japan, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links fans outside of that world don't get much of this real life opportunities to meet up or to see what's going on with the game outside of the app. Alright? And yeah. This event basically was actually the only chance for the community outside of Japan to come together on the official occasion, which is very important and a big plus for the organizers. So thank you Konami for making this possible. And but there are also some things which should be improved for the next WCS, I guess. So let's start with the low-hanging fruits, which can be optimized like very instantly and very easily and doesn't cost much money also for Konami and would make the experience of the WCS better for everyone. So I don't know if you guys actually know about the revenues of Duel Links in 2018, but basically, just to summarize it up, in 2018, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links had a revenue of 1.6 billion US dollars. That is a lot of money, okay? That is really, holy shit, a lot of money. And as you can see, here are the players which went actually to the WCS in Berlin, and they were wearing this official Konami jackets, or how to say, the official Konami shirts for the WCS. But what most people actually do not know is what should I say? The good guys here just got one t-shirt for 3 days. And that is not a joke. That is true. So that they had to wear those shirts on Friday for dinner and on Saturday for the tournament to qualify for the top 8 from morning till evening, from 8 till 6 p.m. like gaming, sweating, and on Sunday they had to wear the same shirt again. So Konami, please, from 1.6 billion US dollars, I think you can afford to give those guys a second shirt just for the change, right? That was a very low-hanging fruit and very simple, I guess, optimization idea for the WCS, and I hope you would take that to consideration for next year. Thank you. So, next point. Yeah, as I told you, I got, what did I say? It's gamer essence. Yeah, what I'm saying is gamer essence. So people are sweating, and I don't know about the Japanese guys. It's possible that the Japanese guys actually do not sweat as much as the European guys or the American guys. But for everyone else out there who was not Japanese, I think wearing the same shirt for 3 days is not a very good thing to do. So please Konami change that. Yeah. Hi OCG triple. Yeah, that is the truth. So just keep that in mind and change it for next time. Okay, make everything better. So next point. How should I call it? So, oh yeah, I had some pictures here actually. Let me show. So these guys had to wear their shirts the whole time. All of them. Not only one, not only two, but all 20 of them. I don't know what people were thinking in the event management there. No idea. I have no idea what was going on in their head. So as an event manager, you should know that people need some, change in their clothing, considering, especially when you're under stress, you normally sweat even more than when you're not under stress, right? Yep, Hamada-san, alright. So that was the point about the shirt policy, which definitely needs to be changed. Now let's go to the other point. Oh, that is not the button I want to push. Open with photo. So the second point I want to talk about is actually the lobby policy, or I don't know how to call it, the lobby policy. Maybe Konami has a different word for it. I couldn't find anything better than the lobby policy. But let's call it the public viewing policy. Maybe this might be better. Let's call it the public viewing policy. Okay, so basically normal people or people who are not invited influencers or the players themselves were not able to access the tournament hall, which is okay. I understand that policy, so you don't want the duelists to get distracted when they are doing their tournaments and to qualify for the top 8. This is all completely fine, but the point is we didn't had even any possibility to watch the games from the lobby, which was like, I don't know, maybe 1 minute away from the tournament hall, from a monitor or something. Even when we covered together, we just could watch it on our mobile phones. So basically, we were all sitting together, staring at our phones, trying to figure out which is the next match we want to watch, and using the public Wi-Fi from the hotel lobby. And yeah, this Filipino Dead Fun and Nerdchick, as you can see there. I like their triggers that they made by themselves. That's really awesome. And the idea, as you can get here, is you could make the experience for the visitors much better just like by providing some seats and a monitor, which doesn't cost much either, and monitors were actually given in the hotel lobby just to broadcast some of the games. Maybe we could just attach our mobile phone to it and choose from the Duel Links app the matches we want to see. That would just be that's basically unnecessary to make the people happy over there. Alright, so I think, yeah. So basically, the games were going on in the next room in the tournament hall, and they got us separated from duels, which I understand because they should not be distracted from their gaming. This is okay, but as a usual visitor, I just expect Konami to provide some kind of possibility for public viewing where we could just enjoy the game. And that's it. So this is the main hall they actually provided for the Sunday event, which is awesome. But when you have the hall there, it shouldn't be so hard to like get a small public viewing room, right? For the people who came all over the world just to watch their favorite players or their favorite duelists to duel. That should be possible. Alright, so yeah, this was a top 8. Oh yeah, and that was the entrance basically on Saturday, which was completely empty because no one else was allowed to enter the room except the duelists themselves and invited influencers. Oh, that's a different batch. I can explain that later. Where did I put that video? I just really like to show you one video which showed actually how close we were to the tournament hall without the possibility actually to watch the game, which is super duper sad. Here. I think it was that one. Or was it? Yeah. No, this is just another one where everybody was watching the game. Yeah. So everybody sitting in the lobby and watching the game together on their mobile phones, just staring at the phone and more staring at their phone. And I think I think this one is it. Oh yeah, more staring at our phones. So everybody's staring at their phones. Gia's really concentrated because she wants to figure out if DK made the cut for top 8 or not. And just behind the wall there's a monitor which could have been used for public, which could have been used for public viewing, but it wasn't. We weren't able to access it. So we were just like, I don't know, 2 minutes by foot away from watching the tournament, but you had like no possibility to gather together for a public viewing, even though everybody was already there. Yeah, so I was just walking down the hall and show you guys it's not very far away. Yeah. So now in this room you can see there you had to pick up the players when they lost and came out. Welcome Ilan. And there were some signs of Yu-gi-Oh World Championships going on like on the monitor. It was in the Astral Hotel of Berlin, and that's it. Yep, and there were some bodyguards in front of the door which wouldn't let you in, and that's basically it. So, as I said before, everyone was just sitting around in the lobby waiting for their favorite players to start their game and staring at their phones. Like these. Oh, we had that already. Yeah. Yeah. Which is pretty sad. I think so, because it was really a great community, but we didn't get the chance. So, welcome Edu, hi. Nice outfit. I'm trying to stay serious so Konami will take me serious when I give them optimization ideas for the next WCS, okay? So the next point is communication is key, I call it, because it wasn't really communicated to anyone that this event was like not a 2 days event, but only a 1 days event, which was publicly accessible on Sunday. So people didn't know until the very end that they were closed out actually. Welcome Vinci. Yeah, working for us. Yeah. So I call it communications key. Basically what they communicated is this event here in the big main event hall, which was accessible on Sunday for everyone. This is completely fine. But if you write on the internet, is it 2 days event, that of course there are going to be some fans which will arrive on the first day. And what they are going to do when they have no availability of a public viewing room, they just going to sit down in the lobby and everybody's going to stare at their phone. And that's basically what happened. And my idea for the next WCS is also like for those people who come over the world anyway, like Nerdchick for example, he's already spent 30 grand in the Yu-gi-Oh Duel Links app just for the game itself. You could provide those people a VIP ticket. Actually, you can sell it for good money, and I'm pretty sure there are people who are willing to buy this. Alright? Welcome Coping Tree. Welcome. So this is the second idea which I was thinking, okay, if you don't want too many people to access this on the pre-year day before the main event, why not selling VIP tickets, just like a very limited amount of 10 maybe 20 people who could access the game, and I'm pretty sure people will be able or willing to pay thousands and over thousands of dollars just to have that possibility because they are hardcore fans. So this is something Konami should write down with a blog. Take a seat, sit down, write a blog, that's a good idea. And the next point also which could be improved for the World Championships for Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links next year. 30 grand, yeah. You can ask him, that's true. And he's not a whale even, I got told by one of the devs, so there are bigger whales than Nurchick out there. Yeah. And the next idea was basically, oh yeah, the potatoes. Okay, I think a lot of people on Twitch and YouTube and all over the community has already complained about the commentators, and I even made a special video just about those oopsies they made over there. The idea is just to have commentators who actually play the game. So Decade was there, he didn't make the cut for the top 8 on the first day, and he was just there, you know, but not letting him comment, just wasted talent, wasted time. Alright, even Gia would have been able to better comment those games than these guys over there, okay? I think there's not much more to say about it. I mean, they messed up the thing with Fuma and Kizaru. That was just epic fail. They messed up the thing with the organizer and the Fae. That was also epic fail. They messed up the thing with the Blue Eyes, the Spirit of White, or the Blue Eyes White Dragon, Spirit of White with the beatdown, no math. And I don't know what they all messed up over there. I just got like little pieces out of it and put it into a Fae compilation video. But I'm pretty sure there's more. There's more out there in the internet. Yeah. I'm not saying that these guys are not qualified to commentate a Yu-gi-Oh TCG game. I'm saying that these guys are not qualified to commentate a Yu-gi-Oh Duel Links game. That's a difference. So, please take care of the professionality. And if we go to the next one, which is also pretty obvious, and you can only understand this when you have been there in person as a visitor on Sunday. This. Can you see this? Okay, it's lines, and more lines, and more lines, and lines, and lines. So basically, when you went to the Sunday event, what happened was you would line up to get your entrance ticket, then you would line up to, I don't know, get your bag search or whatsoever, then you would line up to get your goodies from the booth, then you would line up to get into the main event hall, and then you would line up to get out of the main event hall. So it was a lot of lining up, and it took, like, I think for the most people 60 minutes of lining up, compared to, I know the main event of TCG was about 40-50 minutes, so maybe it could have been worth it. If I was a TCG fan, I would go to the WCS or the World Championships to watch the TCG main event. I line up for 60 minutes and I watch a game for 40 to 50 minutes. It's still in balance, right? But I went there because of Duel Links, and I lined up for 60 minutes to watch a 50 minutes face stomp from Kobayashi-san. That's not in relation. I'm sorry, that's just completely wrong. This is this is no go. The potatoes bit perfectly on the head. What should I say? So I think how this can be improved is just if Konami would think about it and enable multiple counters for entrance line, shopping booth line, tournament hall line, and somehow maybe just make some exhibits in between so the people would chatter between the exhibits, the booths, and whatsoever is going on, and then you just have those. You don't have those massive lineups every time for 60 minutes to watch a 50 minutes game in the end. And now we are already at the next point. I was missing really, okay, lines going on. I'm sorry, lines. I was missing exhibits. I know there is a life-size Blue Eyes White Dragon out there in Japan. And I go to the Yu-Gi-Oh World Championships in Berlin, but I don't see a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Where was my Blue Eyes White Dragon, guys? I know it's hard and it may be expensive to fly this piece, this masterpiece of art, to Germany, but come on, once a year for World Championships, please, can you do that? And I also know that there are other exhibits which have been much cheaper to transport from Japan to Germany. For example, life-size Kaiba, a lot of card exhibitions. So there were many possibilities. You could get all the stuff from Jump Victory Festival, from Duelist Carnival, from whatsoever, I don't know, event is out there in real life in Japan. You had a lot of exhibits. I know. I know. And nothing, literally nothing of it was in Germany. What the hell happened? Yeah, they pay so easily. How crazy. Oh. Welcome, Pharaoh Anthem. So, this was another point about the exhibits, and also the exhibits is like a possibility for the fans and the players to engage with their memories, like from their childhood, and also possibility to take pictures, to somehow document the memories where they have been. And I'm not saying that Konami didn't give any possibilities to take pictures in the WCS in Berlin because there was a big esports tournament hall and it was basically free and you could have taken a lot of pictures. But the problem is, I will show you next, this was the esports arena and it was very dark in there. So even with a very good camera, thanks for the host, Dark Gamer. So even with a very good camera inside the hall, you had your problems to take a good picture because people would turn out very red. See, this is like a whole group picture of Dueling's meta community over there, and it's still very dark. And I'm pretty sure that was already the best picture they got and the best camera they had. Yeah. And this was actually one of the, I don't know, called billboards within the esports hall. We tried to take a picture in front of it, but as you can see, the lightning didn't really make that possible. And usually pictures would turn out like this. And that is not a way to storage your memory, right? So Konami can do this also better. Please, please, just add some exhibits to the next WCS for people to catch their memories, to remember their childhood, to make photos, and just to document that they have been there. Yeah. This is a possibility to create memories for the visitors and give them a chance to remember where they have been. Oh, okay. This is, I think, another point. Yeah. Let me check. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So, we have been talking about creating memories, paying attention to what is going on. And I think yesterday I already talked a little bit about what was going on during the live show. Yeah, it's too dark, Destiny. That's what happened. Okay, so now I want to talk about what happened during the live show. Maybe we can even just watch one of it from the YouTube side. So this was the intro of the Dragon Duels, what was going on. And this is a perfect example of how things went wrong and even got captured like online on internet, YouTube and whatsoever. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So basically what happened is the introduction of the Taiwanese boy from the Dragon Duelist keep on looping endlessly. And that's just one of those failures which happened over there. There was another guy who did a hand duel, like he was a hand model for the show game between the voice actor of Yami Yugi and Seto Kaibe, and he just missed his timing because he was checking on his mobile from Facebook or something. And there have been a lot of small oopsies and misplays going on. See, I didn't loop this. This is even caught on YouTube. It's looped. Okay? People who have been there saw this. Yeah. Welcome, Lazy Alien. So all those small things just add up. They add up. Yeah, it just keeps on going, doesn't stop. I don't know how many times they are going to say that he doesn't like the food in Germany, but it just keeps on going and going and going. And yesterday, I also showed in the fake compilation that also the voice actor of Yami Yugi failed to announce one of the participants, which is super sad, but Daddy DK fixed it. You can watch it in the other video of the fake compilation from the WCS. See, now after, I don't know, 5 or 6 times looping from the Dragon Duelist game actually began, or the other guy was introduced. See, and that's what happened. Alright, so those are the small things during live shows which add up and could also be changed if just paying a little bit more attention. I know that no event is safe from small misplays, small mistakes and oopsies, they always happen. But for a big show like once a year for the World Championship, run by Konami, organized I think by an esports specific team, I expect more. Even if the entrance fee is for free. I mean, you can charge it, I would pay it, I would come, but I would expect then professionality, right? Not this hobby doing that I'm doing here. So, um, that was the one point I got, yeah, from YouTube and about the live show oopsies. Did you know that he doesn't like German food? No, I didn't know about the Dragon Duelist that he doesn't like German food. So this was the YouTube thingy. Now let's go over to the record picture. So the other point I want to point out, you will maybe understand when you see the video here then. Let's Eugen talk from himself.
Mein Name ist Eugen Heid. Bei Duelings heiße ich auch Eugen. Ich bin in Russland geboren, wohne in Deutschland, komme aus Bad Homburg, das ist in der Nähe von Frankfurt. Meine erste Erinnerung von Yu-gi-Oh! Ist, dass zwei Freunde zu mir gekommen sind, die über die Familie befreundet waren und hatten ein Yugi-Starterdeck, ein Kaiba-Starterdeck dabei. Und das ist so der erste Kontakt, den ich mit Yu-Gi-Oh! Hatte. Und dann habe ich kurz darauf später selber angefangen zu spielen und habe mir das Kaiba-Starterdeck geholt. Ich bin, denke ich mal, ich weiß nicht, ich bin keine bestimmte Person, ich bin hauptsächlich ruhig, wenn ich die Leute, von denen ich umgeben bin, noch kaum kenne. Ansonsten bin ich eher eine witzige Person und sehr offen, wenn ich die Leute dann näher kenne, aber am Anfang bin ich noch relativ schüchtern. Meine größte Herausforderung an dem Wochenende wird wahrscheinlich, also war und wird die Fahrt sein, weil die 5-6 Stunden dauert, ich der Fahrer bin und es ein bisschen anstrengend ist. Meine liebste Erinnerung an das Spiel ist, dass ich 2014 die Europameisterschaft in Amsterdam gewonnen habe. Außerhalb von Yu-Gi-Oh! Mag ich es noch, mich mit Freunden zu treffen und generell andere Kartenspiele zu spielen, andere Spiele und rauszugehen. Manchmal.
So basically what Eugen said here, I don't know if you paid attention to what he said. He said actually his biggest challenge on this weekend will be the drive from Frankfurt to Berlin, which is like a 6-hour drive. They translated it that like his way back home is the most challenging one. But actually what he said is like the way from Frankfurt to Berlin and from Berlin back is challenging. So basically he had to drive by himself to the world and back. So all he got is gas money. And he was one of 3 German participants for the WCS. Now I'm not trying to take sides for the German participants who have been like just getting gas money from Konami to get to the WCS. I'm trying to say that for the planning of the traveling from the players to their destination of the WCS, there has to be some kind of, I don't know, just taking into consideration that some things are exhausting for people, because I know driving is exhausting for people, but I also know that, for example, Decade got stuck at the airport and had a 20-hour flight, which is also super exhausting. So there must be some kind of, I don't know, buffer time just planned in, or some alternate solution just to make the people being able to play at their best, because what we as fans want to see is the best place of the people, and not when they are super tired and dropping out of airplane, had no sleep, or when they are coming from a 6-hour drive from Frankfurt to Berlin. They cannot deliver their best, right? So please take this to consideration for the next WCS and improve. And yeah, calculate buffer time. We had that already. Oh yeah, next one, what can be improved? So what you can see here will not be very visible to everyone because it didn't happen so often. This was actually like a trainings game between Sun Sun and Raw before before I think the top 8 qualifications. The problem is, I think there wasn't enough time for the players actually to have those trainings or sparrings, games, tournaments, matches whatsoever before they actually enter the tournament on Saturday. So they had like a very filled up schedule when they, I think, arrived on Wednesday, on Thursday, something between that. So they had a full schedule every day from morning to evening, and there was not really any time to practice just before the World Championships. And as we all know, practice makes a world champion. So the more they practice, the better the games get we get to see on the weekend. So the suggestion here is, please let a little bit more free time for the players so they can actually practice before the WCS next year. Okay, so yeah, I had some nice pictures made here. I think that was also the only game I captured. I don't know if there have been other games going on. I think there have been some other games going on Friday evening, but not as many as there could be because due to people were tired, schedule were tight. Welcome, Mr. Evil Potato. And last but not least, yeah, okay. You guys can't read this, but I will translate. These are actually goodies which you got from, I think, the Duelist Festival Osaka in 2019. And what they get here is actually an in-game icon. So when you went to Duelist Festival in Osaka in 2019, you get an in-game icon. And last year, I remember people even got an in-game mat and card sleeves in Duel Links, which you could only get at the Duel Links Festival in Japan. So why not make in-game Duel Links goodies to give out for the WCS? Because we have been there, but all we could take away with us was like our pictures and some memories, but we have like no in-game whatsoever proof that we have been there. And this was only exclusively basically made for Japanese players, but there are also other duelists in the world out there who's supporting this game. Yeah. So please, for next WCS, no matter where it be, enable in-game giveaways and goodies for everyone who attends the festival. That would be perfect, and that would be very fair to everyone out there. Yeah. So that was the in-game goodies. And last but not least, Konami stocks. Okay, this, guys, is not a financial advice. This is just to say, okay, I think I have to explain with the other picture. I think this picture is better, okay? So basically what you can see here is you are a customer, right? You want good service, quality, goods at responsible prices. You can buy them or not buy them. And if the service is bad, you can complain. So Konami is the owner. They want a successful business, healthy profits like 1.6 billion revenue for Yu-gi-Oh Duel Links in 2018, but they make the main decisions. And if you have complaints to Konami about whatsoever in-game or about the WCS, as I did right now, like a summary, you have to become from customer to owner. And the best way to do that is just to own the company. So instead, of spending all your money on booster packs or TCG packs. I'm talking to you, Nerdchick. You could spend half of your money into Konami stocks, and then you would own the company who's training you anyway. And in that case, if the amount or the community is big enough, we can make the main decisions. Alright? I know the stocks are not doing good of Konami. This is not a financial advice for investing and profiting from it, but as a fan, as a duelist, if you want to influence the game, make the main decisions, you have to become the owner, use the Kaiba way, screw rules, I've got money, I own ya, and then you can do everything you want and you get all the prismatics you want for Duel Links. Alrighty. Now, I think that were the main points I wanted to point out for the experience as a customer, as a visitor for the WCS this year. Um, Gia was there too. She had the full customer experience with all the lining ups I just discussed before too. I know that Gia and Decade run the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links community, and somehow their income is dependent on Konami, even though they are not obliged to them. But I'm completely independent, so I will point out those things which I found out, which disturbs me, which could be improved for the next WCS, and which are worth actually talking about. So I'm gonna cut this for YouTube. If you have any other questions, complaints, which was going on, if you have stories from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Championships going on in Berlin because you have been there, post below in the comments. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to listen to them because I think there have been more things going on than just that.